going on, guys, and welcome back to another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Today I have an underused match. This one is against Andrew from Twitter, and I'm using a pretty interesting team. I decided to throw together some guys that I don't really use all that often and kind of see what I can get them to do. So some of my personal favorites on the team are probably the Yanmega, because you really don't see that guy a lot, and then we have the Mega Houndoom, and also the Heliolisk. So I got some pretty interesting things here. One thing you'll also notice is that I actually don't have a Rapid Spinner, and my team is pretty damn weak to Stealth Rock. So I originally had a Hitmontop in place of the Machamp, but I was like, this time, you know, let's just go with the Machamp. So hopping into the match here, I decided to lead off with Registeel. It just seemed like my best option, because I can get up my Stealth Rock and all that fun stuff, as he leads off with his Swampert. So we are both going to get up our Stealth Rock, which really isn't that bad, but like I said, I do not have a Rapid Spinner or a Defogger on my team, so I'm going to have to deal with those, kind of work around the rocks. So that's going to make things pretty interesting. Here, I expect the obvious Earthquake against the Registeel, as I'm going to switch into Gyarados. And this is my Gyarados, named after my friend Garrett, obviously, as I'm going to get a nice little Intimidate, and he does go for the Earthquake, so that's really nice. And there's something a little bit funny about this Gyarados. It was kind of, it was made incorrectly. I have kind of a strange moveset. It's Substitute, Dragon Dance, Waterfall, and Taunt. So I go for the Substitute on the first turn, expecting the Toxic, as he does actually go for the Toxic, which is really nice. So I take this opportunity to start setting up some Dragon Dances, but I do know that he does have this damn Ampharos on his team, and like any other normal Gyarados, I would ordinarily have Earthquake to be able to take care of this, but I have Taunt in place of that. So after this match, I actually went and changed up this Gyarados' moveset, so he now is running Earthquake. And honestly, I'm pretty pissed about the fact that I brought the wrong damn Gyarados with only one attacking move, because I would have been able to hit this thing with a nice and powerful Earthquake and probably had a nice little Gyarados sweep straight from the second turn. But I'm forced to go for Waterfall, considering it's like my only attacking move, so it's going to do a little bit of damage to the Ampharos there, as I have to let him take out the Substitute at least with a Power Gem, which it's not the end of the world. I do still get to save Gyarados for later. I know it does a lot of work to this team as long as the Ampharos is taken care of, so I'm now going to go ahead and switch the hell out of here. I decide to go into my Registeel, which is the obvious play, but it is my special defense wall, and I can take a Power Gem and a T-Bolt relatively nicely. So he does go for the Power Gem here, and it's not going to do anything to me, obviously, because I'm a big-ass ball of steel, and I'm ready to steal some girls. So I get my leftovers. I'm looking pretty nice here with health, as I decide to just go for the Seismic Toss. It's really, I have Iron Head or Seismic Toss, so Seismic Toss was obviously my best option there, as he's actually just going to Volt Switch out of here. So he's going to get out of there. At least I whittled down the Ampharos to a decent amount of health, where it'll be relatively easy to take out later, and that comes in pretty important later on in the match. So he brings out his Galvantula, and I'm like, oh shit, it is time for the freaking Sticky Web. So I decide to switch into my Houndoom here. So Scooby Doom comes out, nice and shiny and blue and stuff, as I expect him to go for the Sticky Web. So I wanted to get this thing in here before it was affected by the Sticky Webs and potentially get Houndoom to do something. So he's now going to switch out of here, obviously, because he does not have a decent matchup at all, and he's going to go into the Swampert again, as I could have gone for the Nasty Plot, but I realize he does still have this damn Swampert around. So I'm just going to Mega Evolve, get nice and badass, devilish looking and stuff, and I'm just going to go for the Fire Blast, as it does connect, and it's obviously not going to do a whole lot to the Swampert, but I do get the burn, so that's, you know, that's a plus side. He's now not going to be able to hit very hard with his physical attacks, and that's pretty damn cool. Now that I'm thinking about it, I potentially could have gone for the Nasty Plot on the switch-in, and then Dark Pulse would have done a lot of damage to that thing. I'm not sure if it would have killed. I didn't calc it out or anything, but yeah. So now I'm going to switch into my Machamp here, as he actually goes for the Toxic, which is not the end of the world. I wish this was a Guts Machamp, but I am running Dynamic Punch, so no guard for sure. But I'm really not afraid of the Swampert, considering it is burned. Machamp can definitely take an Earthquake or two, so Machamp was kind of my best option for taking care of this thing. I do not have a whole lot of switch-ins to the Swampert. I was kind of afraid of it having a rock move for freaking Yanmega, but I go for the Dynamic Punch. It is able to take that thing out, and Machamp got away with it relatively nicely. I am poisoned, and it did about half to me with Earthquake, but at least I got that blue asshole taken care of. So now he's going to go into his Ambipom here, as I expect him to probably just be the general fake-outs moveset here, as I'm just going to go into Registeel, as obviously I can take pretty much any attack that Ambipom wants to throw at me, other than if it has like low kick or something like that. So he does go for the fake outs. He's gonna hurt himself with his Life Orb and that type of fun stuff. Honestly, it's a decent matchup for me. I wish I did have like Rocky Helmet or whatever, but he's just gonna go for the U-turn, and that's honestly not too bad for me because it does a little bit of damage, but he's gonna hurt himself with his Life Orb even more. So I was like, you know, that's totally fine. I mean, Ambipom is like a freaking glass cannon, but Yeah, so he's going to U-turn out into his Nidoking here, and this is the main thing that I was afraid of on his team, as I just go for the Seismic Toss. At least I'm able to whittle it down a little tiny bit there, as Registeel does not really have any business staying in here and taking an Earth Power from this thing, so predicting the Earth Power, I'm going to switch into my Yanmega here, who's going to get absolutely destroyed by the damn Stealth Rock, but that is kind of annoying, as he does go for the Earth Power, so at least I get the matchup here, and he has to switch out because he doesn't really want to take an attack from me. I mean, the best thing I have was Air Slash, but he's not going to bring in his Galvantula, as I'm guessing he brought that in just for death fodder. Considering he already got his Sticky Webs up, he probably felt like he didn't really need that thing a whole lot. Plus, it doesn't really do that much to my team, and this allows him to get a free switch into his Ambipom, as he actually predicts the switch and goes for the Pursuit, which knocks me down to 24 HP, which is really annoying because now that means I can't switch in. Stealth Rocks are a freaking drag, but at least I can save Yanmega for a switch in for Death Fodder later, so that's really not that bad. But I now get a switch into my Registeel here, as Ambipom's just going to go ahead and U-turn the hell out of here, and I believe I just go straight for the Seismic Toss, just honestly trying to whittle things down. That's kind of the main idea behind this team. I have a couple of bulky Pokemon who are meant to just slowly whittle things down to the point where my attackers like Yanmega, Houndoom, and Helios can then, finish things up. So he switches into the Slurpuff here, which is kind of interesting. As I get the Seismic Toss, he's probably not going to be able to get his Belly Drum sweep action going on, as he actually just goes for the Drain Punch, which shows me that without an attack boost, I'm at least able to take 2 of those. So that's really nice, as I'm able to fire back with an Iron Head, and it doesn't do as much as I had hoped, but it knocks him right down to his damn berry. And that's going to get him to a little less than half, which really is not that big of a deal. As long as I can whittle this thing down to the point where I can take care of it with Machamp's Bullet Punch, I'm completely fine with that. As he goes for one more Drain Punch, I end up living it with 4 HP, which is amazing, and I'm able to hit this thing with my big-ass Iron Head, and he actually lives it with like 5 HP. So really not that big of a deal. I let him finish me off with one more Drain Punch because I mean, if I didn't have any priority, I'd probably be kind of scared, because Unburdened Slurpuff, he may look like a fucking weird cupcake, like non-threatening Pokemon, but this thing can be a pretty large pain in the ass. But this allows me to switch into Goro here, who is able to finish this thing off with a Bullet Punch. Seeing as he doesn't want to switch it out, considering it just died to Stealth Rock, he lets that thing go down. So down goes the ugly ass Slurpuff, and I'm pretty stoked I didn't get swept by a cupcake, because that would be pretty lame, as Poison knocks me down to 69 HP, which is pretty chill, as he's now going to bring in his Nidoking. And here's where I make a couple stupid plays. So I decide to switch into Yanmega here just for Death Fodder, considering I was like, he's going to die anyway. And then I can get a matchup that I want against the Nidoking. So he goes for the Sludge Wave, as now I bring in Scooby Doom. And I don't know what I was thinking. I was looking at this thing's speed. I was like, oh, I'll be able to outspeed. But then I was like, oh, fuck, there's Sticky Webs. So the Sticky Webs are going to allow the Nidoking to be able to outspeed me, and that was a really stupid play on my end. I basically waste Scooby Doom there, and I was like, wow, I might actually end up getting swept by this this damn Nidoking here. I decided to bring in Lotion Please. He's nice and sunburned, so he's like, give me some fucking aloe vera on this red-ass skin. That would be fantastic. As he goes for the Sludge Wave, and luckily I'm actually able to take it. So I did some damage calcs. I really wish that I had gone into this thing initially and not wasted Scooby Doom, but, shit happens. So at least I'm able to take out the Nidoking, and I was like, holy shit, I thought this dude was about to pull off a nice little late game Nidoking sweep. But now he brings back out the Ambipom. He's just going to go for the safe Pursuit on the off chance that I might switch, but I just decided to let that thing die. And I do still have my Machamp here, who is rocking Bullet Punch, so I decided to switch in this guy. And he really has nothing to do at this point. The Sticky Webs are going to come in, but obviously priority Bullet Punch is going to be able to take out the monkey, so down goes that thing. And Ambipoms can be pretty fucking annoying, honestly. I love that thing as a Pokemon, but it's kind of annoying to play against, let me tell you. But now he decides to bring out the Ampharos, and look at how much health this thing has. So my 2 Pokemon are Gyarados and Machamp here, so I have to go for the Bullet Punch just to get as much damage as I can, seeing as it was going to outspeed me anyway. And he goes for the, I don't know why he went for the Power Gem there. Had he gone for the Thunderbolt, I would have died, but I'm able to live it with 1 HP, although, unfortunately, he has freaking Protect, so the 1 HP live was pretty much for nothing, and I go down to my Poison. So, at this point, all I have left is my Gyarados. So, all I have to do is do enough damage with Waterfall to be able to knock this thing out. So, I get the Intimidate, obviously not going to really matter here. As I go for the Waterfall, I'm like, please, Gyarados, just kill this thing, as he is going to go down to the Waterfall. So, not having Earthquake on this Gyarados definitely almost came back to bite me in the ass, but luckily, I was able to finish that thing off. So that was a really good match. Leave a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed, and I will have some more Wi-Fi battles up soon. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later. Peace out.